In the heart of Milan stands a fortress built not just to protect a city, but to control it. A castle shaped by ruthless dukes, invading armies, and Renaissance masters like Leonardo da Vinci. This is Castello Sforzesco, a place where power, art, and ambition collided. Today, we uncover its hidden tunnels, its legends, and the story of the family who changed Italy forever. Our story begins in the 14th century. Long before it was the Sforza Castle, this was the site of a medieval fort built by the Visconti family, Milan's ruling dynasty. It was a classic fortress, designed to intimidate rivals and defend against rebellion from within. But the Visconti reign was coming to an end. After the last Visconti duke died without a male heir, Milan declared itself a republic. This power vacuum created the perfect opportunity for an ambitious and brilliant military commander named Francesco Sforza. Through strategic marriages, political cunning, and sheer military genius, he seized control of Milan in 1450. To cement his power and declare his new dynasty, he didn't just move into the old Visconti fort, he decided to rebuild it on a scale never seen before. This new fortress, which he named Castello Sforzesco, was designed to be one of the largest and most formidable citadels in all of Europe. Its purpose was twofold. First, it was a military stronghold. With its massive, thick brick walls, deep moats, and towering square towers, it was a message to other Italian city-states and foreign powers. Milan is strong, and the Sforza family is in charge. The imposing Filarete Tower, named after the architect who designed it, became the grand entrance, a symbol of Sforza authority, but it was also a ducal palace. Inside these imposing walls, Francesco Sforza created a luxurious residence befitting a Renaissance ruler. The courtyards were designed for lavish ceremonies and courtly life. The castle wasn't just about defense. It was about projecting an image of immense wealth, culture, and absolute power. It showed the people of Milan and all of Italy that the Sforza dynasty was here to stay. The castle's golden age, however, arrived under Francesco's son Ludovico Sforza, famously known as Al Moro or the Moor, likely due to his dark complexion. Ludovico was a true Renaissance prince, a patron of the arts, a clever diplomat, and a man with insatiable ambition. Under his rule, the formidable fortress of Castello Sforzesco transformed into a dazzling cultural powerhouse. The epicenter of Renaissance Milan, Ludovico's court attracted the most brilliant minds of the era, poets, musicians, architects, and thinkers. But his most famous and influential courtier was none other than Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo arrived in Milan around 1482 and spent nearly 2 decades in the service of Ludovico. At the castle, his genius flourished in countless ways. He was a military engineer, designing innovative weapons and defensive systems to strengthen the castle's fortifications. He was a festival planner, creating spectacular theatrical events and decorations for Sforza parties, and of course he was an artist. Ludovico commissioned Leonardo to decorate several rooms within the castle. Leonardo transformed the ceiling and walls into an intricate, illusionistic canopy of mulberry trees. Their branches interlace and weave together, forming a dense green pergola tied together with golden ropes and the Sforza family emblems. This stunning fresco was a celebration of Ludovico's power and wisdom. Leonardo's presence turned Castello Sforzesco from a military base into a beacon of Renaissance innovation and beauty. But the glory of the Sforza dynasty was fleeting. Ludovico's political maneuvering backfired spectacularly when he invited the French to invade Italy, a move that ultimately led to his own downfall. In 1499, French forces captured Milan and Ludovico was taken prisoner, dying in a French dungeon. This marked the beginning of a long, dark period for Castello Sforzesco. For the next 350 years, the castle was a symbol not of Milanese pride, but of foreign occupation. First, it was the French who turned the ducal palace into a military barracks. They were followed by the Spanish, who expanded the fortifications into a massive star-shaped citadel, adding outer ramparts to withstand cannon fire. The castle became a purely military installation, its artistic treasures neglected and its grand halls used to house thousands of soldiers. After the Spanish came the Austrians in the 18th century, who continued to use the castle as their primary military base in northern Italy. Then came Napoleon and his French forces at the end of the century. Napoleon even considered demolishing the castle, which many Milanese saw as a hated symbol of tyranny. The outer Spanish fortifications were torn down, but the central core of the castle survived, continuing its life as a barracks. By the mid-19th century, after centuries of neglect and military use, the castle was a shadow of its former self. When Milan finally became part of a newly unified Italy, a great debate began. What should be done with this crumbling relic? Many citizens wanted it torn down completely to erase the memory of foreign domination and build a new residential quarter in its place. But a powerful counter-movement emerged, arguing that the castle was an essential part of Milan's history that needed to be preserved, not destroyed. They won the debate. Instead of demolition, Milan chose restoration. The city decided to reclaim its fortress and transform it into a symbol of civic pride and cultural rebirth. This monumental task was entrusted to an architect named Luca Beltrami. Beltrami embarked on one of the most ambitious restoration projects of the era. Starting in 1893, he meticulously studied historical drawings and documents, including Leonardo's sketches, to bring the castle back to its Sforza-era glory. He wasn't just repairing it, he was essentially recreating it. He rebuilt the Filari Tower, which had been destroyed by an explosion in the 16th century, using old drawings as his guide. He restored the elegant courtyards, cleared the moats, and repaired the battlements. Beltrami's vision was to erase the grim image of a military barracks and revive the castle as a grand ducal residence. He successfully transformed a symbol of oppression into a beacon of Milanese and Italian identity. Castello Sforzesco was no longer a fortress to control the people. It was now a palace for the people, ready to house the city's greatest cultural treasures. Today, walking through the gates of Castello Sforzesco is like stepping into a vast complex of museums. The restoration project didn't just save the building. It gave it a new purpose as the guardian of Milan's art and history. The castle is now home to an incredible collection of civic museums, each telling a different chapter of the city's story. Perhaps the most poignant treasure held within these walls is Michelangelo's final masterpiece, the Rondinini Pieta. This unfinished sculpture, which Michelangelo was working on just days before his death, is a raw, emotional depiction of Mary mourning the body of Christ. It's a profoundly moving piece, showing the artist's spirit still striving for expression even at the very end of his life. Seeing it here is an unforgettable experience. Next, you can explore the Museum of Ancient Art, located in the former ducal apartments. Here, you'll find incredible artifacts from the late antiquity, medieval and Renaissance periods, including original Sforza family armor, tapestries, and sculptures that once decorated these very rooms. Then there's the Pinacoteca del Castello Sforzesco, a picture gallery filled with over 1,500 works of art, featuring masterpieces by Renaissance painters like Mantegna, Bellini, and Correggio. It provides a stunning visual journey through the artistic evolution of Milan and northern Italy. But that's not all. The castle also houses a vast collection of decorative arts, an Egyptian museum with mummies and sarcophagi, and even a museum of musical instruments featuring historic violins and keyboards. You can also find collections of Leonardo da Vinci's drawings and see the restored Sala dell'As up close. Each room, each gallery, adds another layer to the immense history contained within these brick walls. Today, Castello Sforzesco is more than just a museum or a historical landmark. It's the living, breathing heart of Milan. The vast moats, once filled with water for defense, are now home to a colony of friendly cats. The castle grounds have become a favorite spot for both locals and tourists. Behind the castle lies Parco Sempione, Milan's largest park. On any given day, you'll see people jogging, having picnics, or simply relaxing on the grass with the majestic castle as their backdrop. The courtyards, once witness to ducal processions and military drills, now host concerts, open-air markets, and cultural events. The castle has completed its incredible journey. It began as a fortress of fear, became a palace of Renaissance art, endured centuries as a military barracks for foreign invaders, and was reborn as a symbol of Milan's resilience and cultural pride. It stands as a testament to the city's ability to constantly reinvent itself, to preserve its past while embracing the future. Castello Sforzesco isn't just a castle, it's the beating heart of Milan's history. a place where warriors, artists, rulers, and revolutionaries all left their mark. Its story is a story of power, beauty, and survival, and that story continues today with each and every visitor who walks through its magnificent gates. Thanks for joining us on this journey through one of Italy's greatest landmarks. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to explore more incredible places with us. See you next time.